All right, we are back and live for the second half of the MLB season here for Friday, July 18th. Just going to hop right into these plays. First one, Cubs money line minus 105. I see it really moved overnight here. It's minus 147 now. Um, pretty crazy. Um, I don't think we're live. Well, anywho, whatever. Um, there we go. Yeah, so it's minus 147 now. Steele versus Nelson. I thought it was going to be Gallon, but it looks like it went to Nelson sometime last night. But yeah, this is. Cubs have been playing. They finished the first half of the season very well. And the Diamondbacks also finished strong. But if we look at Steele since he um, uh, the Milwaukee game when he really blew up on that team in the bullpen. They've been playing better. He's also been much better. I mean, he's been great all year, but one earned in 9 innings against the Angels. You know, it's the Angels, but whatever. But goes to Baltimore, 3 hits, 0 earned, no walks against them. He he's doing his thing, and the Diamondbacks on the road against lefties, they have not been too great. If we go back about 4 weeks or so, roughly, they've been significantly. Well, I shouldn't say significantly. That's a tough word, but if we look at them on the road, they're 21st versus lefties with a 93 WRC plus, but at home they have been a top 10 unit. I want to say. Um, Now they were 15th, so a little bit better, but they have a 116 WRC plus at home. Now you're headed to Wrigley to face Steele, who's been on fire, and the wind is blowing in at Wrigley today, I believe, or towards left field, one of the two. Um, yeah, it's blowing in from right field towards left field line, 10 miles an hour, um, 74 degrees. It's kind of not ideal for hitters there, obviously, as that place goes with the wind, but they haven't been as great. And if we look at righties, the Cubs, top 10 the last 2 weeks of the first half of the season, 21.3% strikeout rate, 6% walk rate, 117 WRC plus. Um, they're about middle of the pack roughly for a hard hit percentage, but they're not grounding out a ton, 39%, um, which is fifth lowest ground ball rate um, in the majors um, in that time. And if we look at Ryan Nelson, his splits. Home 621 on the road, ERA 383 on the road. He's been solid. Um, Padres, Dodgers, one earned in those road games. Washington got him for two. So I mean, he's been good as of late, but this Cubs bullpen has kind of flipped it around. I mean, if you wanna, they've got a 330. I'm sorry, 234 FIP, 350 xFIP. Arizona 340 FIP, 333 xFIP. They've been good, but you're gonna travel. Not to mention Marte too. I'm not sure if he'll play. I mean, obviously he'll probably play, but he had to travel from Arizona to Texas, and I'm not sure if he went to Chicago immediately and met the team, or if he went back and flew with the team. But he's been doing a decent amount of traveling. Steele's been hot. The Cubs have been really good. I think they're going to come out and start the second half strong here today in Wrigley. So I took the minus 105. It is minus 147 now, so see what the double result is. Not seeing it. See if we can just put it up on Prop Builder here. Plus 102. I'd probably honestly go that way at this rate. I mean, the Cubs have been pretty good. I mean, Steele's been lights out. He's been phenomenal. So we did see that Arizona bullpen kind of get a little shaky, but I still think Chicago at home, they're going to have the lead after the first five behind Steele. They really have showed up since he blew up on them in the dugout in Milwaukee. So plus 102, I don't mind that if you don't want to pay the money line price where it is now. Next game, Reds at Nationals. It's Patrick Corbin Day. And Frankie Montas, he's been hit or miss on the road, but the Reds offense just really woke up the last, I don't know, 7-10 games of the season, first half of the season before the All-Star break, and Montas does have the ability to go out and just pitch a gem. No, the Reds aren't amazing versus lefties, but these numbers versus Corbin, they've got a 14% home run rate off of him, 446 batting average, 714 slug, of 515 weighted on base. And those expected numbers are 363 batting average, 623 slug, and a 445 expected WOBA. They're 25 of 56 against them, so they've had some good, some decent plate appearances against him. I mean, Ellie De La Cruz 5 of 8 with a homer. India's 4 of 10 with a homer. Tyler Stevenson 3 of 9 with a double. Tyler Slater 7 of 16 for a double and a homer. Will Benson's 1 of 1. I mean, they've got good numbers versus him, and this Washington bullpen has been pretty good as of late. And I know Cincinnati's a little shaky, but they're still 12th in xFIP for the last week of that first half of the season. They're going to have all their arms available, obviously, like everyone will. So I liked playing the Reds here on the money line on Corbin Day. If they can't get to Corbin and Montas gets lit up by Washington, so be it. I mean, I know Washington's been decent versus righties to end the season, or end the first half of the season. 13th, 112 WRC plus, 24% strikeout rate, 7% walk rate. So they've been better, but this is just a spot I think the Reds can get to Corbin, and that bullpen for Cincinnati should hold it down tonight. I mean, you got all the best arms out of that bullpen available. So give me the Reds on the money line in this one at Washington. Next, this is kind of just an auto play. Mets, Grimace Mets have been unstoppable. Marlins can't hit lefties. And they're getting Sean Manaea today. Manaea's been, he's not been Cy Young or anything, but he's been pretty damn good. This year he's got a 3.46 ERA, 4.15 x ERA, 3.75 FIP with a 4.14 xFIP. On the road he's been much better. He's got a 4.33 home ERA versus a 2.44 road ERA, and you're getting all the Mets bats in Miami against Cabrera, who's been very, very shaky. Let me just Edward Cabrera. Yeah, you get the Marlins or Mets, who've been pretty damn good, and then you get the Marlins, who Cabrera, his last what is this, 5 or 6 games he's given up 3 or more in all but 1. 7 at Cincy, 2 against the White Sox, 4 at LA, 4 at home against Colorado, 5 at home against Washington, and 3 at home against the Cubs. So, I mean, they've been good, and in Miami again, they just can't hit lefties. They can't do anything. So, I think this is a good spot for the Mets to kind of keep it rolling to start the second half of the season here. Against the Marlins, their bullpen is not good. I know the Mets bullpen's not good either, but they'll all be fresh and available. And Miami's just they've been a struggle bus all year. So taking the Mets and behind lefty Sean Manaea in this one. And the next game, I headed to Kansas City. Chris Flexen Day. Chris Flexen, the White Sox are 5-15 getting run lined, or covering the run line, I should say, when he starts. Michael Wacha is going for the Royals. Luis Robert is rumored to be getting traded, so who knows if he plays today. He probably will, but if there's any rumors or a deal gets worked out, he's not going to be available, and that's going to really kill this team. They've just been struggling all year, and then The Royals, they're coming back home where they play much better. The wind is, I believe it was kind of blowing in also a little bit here. Yeah, it's blowing right field to left field. 6 miles an hour, 80 degrees today. Looks clear, so no chance of rain or anything. But the White Sox are just abysmal. They can't cover the run line or do much of anything. And especially when Flexen pitches, it gets worse. And then you're going to factor in this bullpen that's got to end the first half of the season 551 FIP, 529 xFIP, which is second highest. 18% K rate, but also a 9.5% walk rate. Teams are slashing. Let me pull this up. 305, 378, and 547 with a 391 weighted on base. So they've been struggling. I mean, they gave up 6 homers, 14 walks, 29 earned in how many innings was that? 32 innings the last week, so they got used, but they get to refresh. But I don't think that really matters with this team. I think all these players already know that they're just playing to get to the end of the season. They don't really care at this point. So took the Royals on the run line at plus even money last night. I think Waka's been solid. I'm not sure this White Sox team can really get to him, and the Royals should have no problem beating up Flexen and this White Sox bullpen tonight. So give me the Royals run line there. And last play is going to be in Seattle. I played Hunter Brown over 17.5 outs, minus 130. He's gone over in all of his last 10 games. Head-to-head this year. At Seattle on the 28th of May, he went 18 innings in Seattle. Earlier in the year, he only went 13 at home. But this is in Seattle, notorious pitcher's park. Winds blowing in towards the right field line, 7 miles an hour. Mariners, we already know their struggles against righties. They are, where are you at? They're fifth. They're 25th in WRC plus. They got an 87 with a 120 ISO. If we're gonna look at the lost it, but yeah, they've been on a struggle bus. They can't hit. I know they're gonna be healthy. Cal Raleigh, Mitch Garver, Julio's kind of been a little better lately, but they still don't have phenomenal numbers against Hunter Brown here. They got 55 plate appearances. They're batting 305 with a 390 slug, but those expected numbers are 206 batting average with a 273 slug and a 260 weighted on base, 33% K rate, 7% walk rate. So I mean, they definitely have the ability to strike out. We all know that, and I don't think Hunter Brown's going to have much of an issue today. I know he had a little more rest than usual. It may, throw him off a little bit. But if there's a team you want to come back from the All-Star break and face, it's going to be Seattle, who can't hit righties. They struggle to score, strike out a lot. So, I mean, I think this is a pretty good spot for Brown to go 6. I mean, maybe even more. He faced them earlier this year. He went 6 innings, took him 87 pitches. He had 14 swing and miss, 14 strikes just looking, 32% chase rate. So I mean, he's got the ability to fan these batters, and I think he's not going to have much of an issue tonight in Seattle. And if they can get 6-7 innings out of him and save that bullpen, why spend it right away? So I took his outs over 17.5 at Seattle tonight. So here we go again. Cubs money line 105. I mean, if you want to play the double result at plus 102, I was seeing. I don't hate that since it's minus 144 now. So it's come down a little bit, but Reds money line, Mets money line, Royals run line, and then the Hunter Brown over outs tonight against Seattle. That will do it. Thanks for watching, and let's cash some tickets.